Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today we're going to look at the Samick Master Pro Riser. Now, Samick have been around for a number of years and have had massive amounts of success in the past at the Olympics and world records. In fact, the Masters Riser, which was really popular for Samick back in the 2006, 2007 through to 2010, I'm going to say, looks to me to be almost identical to this riser. Back then, Samick archers were winning world championships, and then Samick kind of disappeared off the circuit. I'm going to say Samick was as big a company and as successful as like a company like Win Win and Hoyt at the time, and that kind of faded away. And what made Samick really popular was the limbs. They were seen to be really fast, new technology. Now this riser here is basically dating back to that era, back to 2006, and it's largely unchanged. So it's a 25-inch riser. It's a forged machine riser. So what does that mean? It means they take the metal, they compress it, line all the fibers, and then they machine it out, making it the strongest of all the risers that there is. It weighs 1,210 grams, which is pretty standard for a recurve riser. It comes with a wooden grip, which pretty much looks like and feels like the wooden grip of about 2006. So if you're familiar with the Samick Ultra and the Masters back in 2006, this will look the same and feel the same as 2006. Now, what has changed since 2006? One, the colors have changed. So in 2006, Samick had all these great painted risers. They had varying colors, shades, coloring from one to another. And to me, they look great and they were really popular. So in 2020, in 2019, Samick produced the Max Pro in a white. This is a paint finish, and it looks great. No complaints with it at all. You can see the machining here. So this here is for the alignment of the limbs. So you've got on the side here, it's a push-pull mechanism. So you push it and you pull it from the other end. So it's just two screws, you slide in and out. Two locking screws. This is universal limbs. So basically it's the same. You can fit a Win limb. You can fit I'm going to say a Hoyt, but Hoyt have got two limbs, so it's a bit confusing. You can fit the Samick limb. Samick still produce high quality limbs. Now, I'm going to say it looks good. The fittings look good. The grip itself, it feels narrower than a Win grip. So if you're familiar with Win grips, it feels narrower. I can't compare it to a Hoyt grip because I haven't felt a Hoyt grip. Actually, I haven't felt a Hoyt grip, a recurve riser. None of the shops here stock them. So, yeah, basically I haven't seen one. So, can't tell you what they feel like. But this feels narrower than a Hoyt grip. It's narrower than a Fivix grip. The angle here feels slightly higher than a Win grip. The Win feels lower. A lot of the Fivix grips feel higher than this. It feels to me really, really comfortable. So one of the things that lets the Samick down is the color selection. So it comes in the paint, which I think looks amazing. And it comes in an anodized. Now, I think the anodized lets this bow down, but what do you think? And why does the anodizing let it down? So first off, anodizing is fantastic because you can drop the bow, and I'm not going to drop the bow, and it's not going to scratch or dent the overall finish of the bow, hopefully. With paint, it can crack or chip. But I think what makes this anodizing look cheaper than the paint is the overall finish. So I'm going to try and zoom in, and you can kind of see some of it's a dull paint finish. You can see some of the machining lines down here, just in here. Now paint covers this up. So in paint, this looks exactly smooth. I can see some of the machining lines in here. So it just doesn't have the same gloss of the paint finish. So I think that lets it down a bit. Now what picks this bow up, and you can see the machining lines through here. They run that way. What picks this bow up is the price point. Most of your top quality recurves are going to sell for, 1,000 Australian dollars. Hoyt, I'm going to guess 1300. That's a guess. It may be 1200, maybe 1100. I don't actually know. The Samick, sorry, the Win & Win top of the line machined recurve bow is going to be probably 1,000. The Samick Max Pro is going to retail for $650. Now that puts it up against competitors, the Win & Win, the cheaper Win & Wins, which is actually not a bad bow, not a bad riser. It's going to put up against the Fivix Velator riser, which is actually not a bad bow as well, but this has got more colors, different grips, so you have to see which one you prefer the look of. And I'm going to say this is much cheaper than any Hoyt, and I'm not sure that's the case, but I'm going to guess it is. So it puts it in a unique position in the marketplace. It puts it in the place that, well, you know, Olympic archers have shot this. You know, this riser has shot world records. You know, it's a strong riser. The grip to me feels great. So at a price point which is significantly less than the competition. So that's basically, to me, interesting. So with that, what I'm going to do is compare this to the top of the line Win & Win riser as far as the way the bow shoots. So let's try it out. So this is the Win & Win ATF riser. You can see the polish on the anodizing is so much shinier. You can't see any machine marks. To me, when I picked this bow up, it just felt good. The grip felt better to me. And when I say better, narrower than the carbon Win & Win riser I was shooting before. And for me, I like the look of it, but I think it was just the grip. The grip was a little bit narrow, and I kind of like the way it shot. So let's just try this. Like, it's nice to shoot. There's no vibration. It feels great. I'm shooting the top quality Win & Win limbs with this, which is the $1,000 limb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw all this stuff on the Samick, and we're going to see how it compares. Okay, so I've set up the Samick Max Pro. I've just fitted the same sight that I normally shoot on my Win & Win. These are the toe point stabilizers, about $130. I've got the toe point wraparound arrow rest and just a $15 plunger button on it. I haven't fitted the clicker yet, and the stabilizers are upside down. I just want to have a feel for it, see how it feels, see the vibration, see if I like the feel of the bow. So the first thing I noticed when you're looking at painted risers, when you're fitting the sight, there's always a chance that there's going to be paint in those sight screws. So there wasn't. However, what I noticed was the riser thickness here is thinner than that of the AXT, the Win & Win. So when I went to install the sight, basically the sight was a little bit loose. So what you'd have to do is put some padding under the sight to move the sight out a little bit. Here I've just put a bit of cardboard just to bodgy it up while I get ready for the shot. Like I said, the stabilizers are upside down just because they are. Same string, I just wanted to compare risers. So basically same arrows I'm shooting. You're going to say which arrows I'm shooting. I'm shooting VAP, so these are from Victory. They're a VAP 600. I shoot 42 pounds at 28.5 inches. So no clicker. So normally if I was going to shoot this bow, I'd set up a clicker. Now the things I'm interested in is the vibration, how the bow feels, how the grip feels, after the shot how it feels, whether the bow hits my arm or not. Some of the bows in the past that I've shot have hit my arm just a little bit on the way back, or the vibration. So I'm just interested in see that. Now back in the 1900s, I was going to say 1900s, back in 2005, 2006, I used to shoot a Samick Ultra. I used to shoot it, I thought, pretty good. So, and it was a lovely bow to shoot. So let's have a look. I'm going to say it feels absolutely identical. The grip is fractionally higher than the Win & Win. It's comfortable. The grip is really comfortable. There's no noise when you shoot the bow. It's basically dead. As far as there's no afterwards vibration, whether that's through the stabilizer or not. I can't feel any significant difference between this and the ATF. the Win-Win ATF in the shot afterwards before. Now I am getting a slight little red mark on my wrist, but it feels lovely. It really does. It feels good. It feels like the bow I shot when I was 25, and I'm 50 now, so that was just terrible. I'm waiting for the click to happen. I'm like, I'll let go. Look, it feels lovely. It really does. So I'm going to say, when you look at top quality archery gear, and when you look at recurve archery gear in general, most of it is going to get back to the archer. So what I like as far as recurve's concerned, I like foam limbs, because foam limbs are less likely to twist than wood. So I'm a big fan of foam limbs, and I like a grip that I feel comfortable with. Now Win-Win produce a whole bunch of grips, and you can go and try each grip out and see which grip you feel comfortable with. But I like this grip. It looks good. It feels good, and I think the bow looks alright. I think it looks pretty good. If you're a top grade Olympic archer and you rocked up on the shooting line with this bow, you'd feel completely in place. I'm going to say what lines up really well. When you're shooting a recurve, what you do is you line up this string with this riser here, just like that when you're shooting. And that's what I see when I shoot. And I'm finding this really easy, the contrast of the red with the white, to line it up. And that's going to minimize your left and rights. Now I'm obviously not whacking my arm too badly, because I've now shot however many arrows and my arm's not particularly sore. So look, I've shot a whole bunch of recurves in the past, and I wish I could say I shot better with one versus another, but honestly I don't. I shoot about the same points with one recurve to the next. However, I feel that because I train, and when I did train with the recurves, I feel like I deserved the bow I wanted. I set myself goals as far as the points I was going to shoot before I brought myself a new bow. And I'm going to say this bow feels as good as any I've shot, and I'm going to say it feels better than a lot of bows I've shot. So yeah, I know this is coming off too quickly. I'm just getting a feel. I'm sort of thinking to myself, is this a bow I would shoot? And I'm going to say absolutely it is. The grip feels nice. I like the adjustments. I like the fact it's a thin riser. So I'm going to say also, with some of the risers I've shot in the past, especially the carbon riser, this was thick, so my sight pin was way out. With the ATF, one of the reasons I liked it was the sight pin was way in. With this bow, the sight pin's in even further, so I'd have to move in even further because the riser's thinner. I don't mind that. It feels good. The grip looks alright. I like the price point. $650 is good. I think it prices it well in the marketplace. So that leads me to the last question, which is going to be limbs. Now Samick produce a whole bunch of limbs, $150 for fiber foam limbs, $230 for carbon foam limbs, and the very top of the line, their extreme limbs, which are very fast apparently, they sell for about $750. So very, very affordable. Now I wouldn't shoot the top of the line limbs unless you're a high classing athlete. So beginners, just stick with either the 150 or the 230 limbs. They're perfectly fine. I like this riser. Now Samick also produced cheaper risers in the marketplace. And I'm going to say, to me, if you're interested in a Samick and you're half interested in recurve archery, I think this riser at $650 is significantly better than the cast ones that are around the $180, $200. Significantly better. So at $400, I know $400 is a lot of money, but this riser is significantly better than the $200 riser. I wouldn't be happy shooting the $200 riser, but they are built for beginners, so you know they fit a budget. This feels nice. It feels so nice I might even start shooting it, so I'll give that some thought. I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies, and the more you shoot, the better you'll shoot. And even if you get some decent equipment, you've got to practice. That's the keys of it. If you want to be an Olympic archer, put down 300 arrows a day, every day of the week, and then you'll be competitive. Thanks for watching. Bye.